Morning YouTube. It's the end of week 14. I had to double check because I wasn't sure if it was 14 or 15, but no, I think it's 14. So I've lost another half a kgs this morning, so that's good. I think it's something like 18.9 kg so far, which is almost 3 stone in old money. I mean, I do like my old money measurements because the diets I've done in the past, I've always measured it in stones, pounds and stones. So, I sort of know how much that is, if you like, more so than kilos. So that's really good. Everything's going well. We've been really, really busy. Or I've been really, really busy this weekend. I took a trip to Wellington with a couple of my orchid friends and had a really good time up there. Um, I did cheat on the way home. On the way home, Air New Zealand handed out cups of tea and cookies, and I had one. I was naughty, and I thought, well, it's a treat, I won't. It's the first sweet thing I've had in 14 weeks, so I think not bad going. So I didn't like it very much. It was a ginger cookie, and it was so sweet. Having not had sugary items for so long that when I had that, I thought, well, this is really sweet, and I didn't enjoy it. So I know now I'm not going to enjoy them if I go back to that way, and I don't intend to go back that way. So that's good. I had a great day, very tiring. I was up at 5. I ended up going to bed about 9 o'clock in the evening, just to catch up on a bit of sleep, which was great. So that was good. Yesterday I did stacks of work in the garden. I've got a lot of plantings I think I ended up moving 60 plants, digging up and relocating 60 plants, which was quite a mission. I mean, they weren't big plants, they were only small plants. Some of them were bigger. But yeah, that was pretty full on. And did some other stuff in the garden, so that was good. Put my orchids away that I purchased. I'm not going to rush to repot. One of them I did repot because it needed it. The others I'm not going to rush to repot them. I'm going to let them acclimatise to their new home, and then maybe a couple of weeks time I might repot one or two of them, which I think will need repotting. In the past I used to rush to repot them, get them in the clay pots because I preferred that. Now I don't bother with that anymore. I take my time. I mean, unless they're falling out or they've fallen out or they need sorting out, then I don't rush to do it anymore. So what else has happened? Very quiet on the Western Front across the road. Brilliant. That's how I like it. Haven't bumped into him. That's how I like it. I mean, I have to walk past his house every day when I walk the dogs. Like I say, I'm doing it early in the mornings, I'm doing it later in the evenings, so I don't have to interact with him or pass by at all, so that's great. And I'm wearing the camera because I think, the one and only time I don't put the camera on, there could be an incident. So I'm wearing the camera every time I go out with the dogs. Sometimes it's a bit of a bind because I have to make sure it's charged up all the time, but hey, if that's what it takes to feel safe, then so be it. What else? So that's it. I've got a big bag to take to the charity shop today. Looking forward to getting rid of that. I had trouble when I went to Wellington. I thought I knew the weather was going to be quite cold up there. God, it was cold. It was really cold. And I think because I've lost the weight, I am feeling the cold a bit more now, which is, didn't bother me before. So I ended up having to rummage through my wardrobe to find a pair of trousers that fitted me. Anyway, I ended up finding a pair, but I had to keep piling them up. So I might have to invest in some trousers soon, because I sort of live in trousers really. I don't really wear skirts or anything. Although I do have skirts in there, they could well fit me now. Who knows? I need to try them on. So I thought I'd talk about today a little bit about the changes I've noticed within my body and my lifestyle, and how I feel about it, and how it's done me good. I'm in what you can say 14 weeks, a few short months, 3 and a bit months. I've noticed that I can look down now and I can see my feet. So it's great. You know, I couldn't see my feet before. I just saw this big, what I would describe as a pregnant tummy. So now I can look down and see my feet. I've noticed when I go in the spa pool, we got a spa bath, not spa bath, a hot tub outside. When I go in the hot tub, I am now fully submerged, whereas before either my chest or my stomach would be sticking out of the water because I'd be lying back, and that was so big, it wasn't deep enough to cover me, or I'd have to go down like that. So that's a good thing. These are all good things, really good things. I've noticed that when I'm in the garden and I'm bending over, I can actually physically bend over so much more better than, so I don't have this big, I mean, I'm still big, don't get me wrong, I've still got a way to go. But these are changes I've noticed like quite recently, I'm bending over and I can bend over so much better now that I don't have that, that big tummy in the way, I suppose. I've noticed that I'm more comfortable in bed at night when I'm sleeping. I don't have any trouble, tossing and turning or anything, it's to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do get my aches and pains, and because I've lost the weight, I am a lot more energetic. I'm running around the place, I'm busy all day. Pardon me, just had my breakfast. I'm running out around doing stuff, and that's great, and I like that. And I'm not sleeping at all like I used to. I could sleep. I've told you before, I could sleep 10 hours a day, no problem, throughout the day and at night. I'm probably barely sleeping 7 hours now, and I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not feeling tired or anything, apart from like on Saturday where I was up at 5. So, I'm keep on. I'm so much more active than what I was. I've got more enthusiasm. I feel, quite enthusiastic about I mean, that's probably helped with not moving house, but, I'm real keen. There's some things I want to achieve in the garden this year. I'm keen to move my orchids into the shade house that we've set up, and that won't be for a while because we've had frost this morning, so it's, it's a long way off before that happens. I've got to have pretty good consistent temperatures for that to happen. So all these things I've noticed are great. It's great just to pick something out the wardrobe and either it fits or it's too big. Another thing I noticed, when I got on the flight, just putting your seatbelt on. I used to be like on full stretch on the seatbelt to the point where I probably might have had to ask for an extension piece, which would have been embarrassing. But I can put the belt on and pull it tight, and there's like, there's a good flap of space, which is great. And my friend she's doing a diet, she's doing a different diet than me, she's doing the keto diet, but, she's losing weight as well, and we sort of discuss these things. It's great, isn't it, to put your seatbelt on and actually be able to just not have it on its maximum stretch. And she agreed, and then she emailed me last week and thought she'd just let me know that her knickers are too big. And I said to her, yes, unfortunately, where I've had, I've got bigger and bigger and bigger, I've just kept my smaller clothes and it's just got buried, and I'm sort of digging down now. So I don't have to immediately go out and buy anything, which is great. I don't want to buy clothes that's only going to fit me for the interim period. I just want to make do with what I've got. And it's just things like that. I mean, the fact that I'm not huffing and puffing, I'm not out of breath, I can walk faster. When I was walking to Wellington and that, I was way ahead of the other girls. I mean, they were chatting away, but, I didn't find any of that a struggle. Constantly walking around the hall, it was not a problem. So yeah, I can't actually find a bad thing to say about the fact that I've lost the weight. Apart from, okay, you could say I'm missing out on some stuff, but am I missing out on some stuff? Cakes, biscuits, chocolate, sugar, incorrect diet products, really, you don't really need, you don't need these things. They're just processed foods that man has made in order for you to eat it, get fat, or get addicted, because sugar's addictive, and just keep on buying it. It's a marketing ploy, and I'm perfectly happy not to have it. At this stage, no. If I get down to my desired weight, and I don't know what that is yet, I'm going to keep going till I feel comfortable, then I may have an ice lolly or some ice cream occasionally. You know, I'm not going to have it. I was eating it every day, twice, 3, 4 times a day, so I won't be doing that again. So yeah, so I don't feel I'm missing out, and all the benefits definitely outweigh any of the losses, and I don't see there are any losses at this stage. I don't feel I'm missing out at all. So just think if there's anything else I've noticed. People compliment me. They say they can see that I've lost the weight, which is great. You know, we went out for dinner last week, and I had, what did I have? Oh, I did have chicken. So I had meat. I had chicken with vegetables. So I thought that was, I mean, they did do a salmon salad, but I've had that nearly every time I go out. And I thought, I'll try something different. So I had the chicken, and it was very nice. So, and I also had a chicken wrap at the airport on Saturday. So I've had meat twice this week. Could be, that's why I've only lost half a kilo. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, I've still lost, and that's the main thing. So back to no meat this week. I don't intend to have any meat this week. I've got meat out for my husband. He can use up what's left in the freezer. So yeah, I don't see any disadvantages of doing what I'm doing. It's great, and I'm feeling great. So we'll end on that note. So please, any comments or questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. Thanks for your continuing support, and thank you for watching. Bye.